Welcome to our channel. Stay tuned to our channel for sports and entertainment news all the time. Please subscribe the channel. NBA All-Star 2025 winners and losers. Stephen Curry, McClung safe weekend. New format flops. The 2025 All-Star Game was promoted as one of experimentation. After several mediocre years, a format change, and 6 first-time All-Stars were supposed to inject some new energy into the weekend. Players were divided into 3 teams to face off in a mini-tournament, with a 4th Rising Stars team added to the field. The results from the weekend were mixed. Some ideas worked, some didn't, and old staples ended up being the best parts of the weekend. Here are the winners and losers from All-Star 2025 in San Francisco. Since NBA HQ, Live NBA scores updated NBA standings full NBA schedule. NBA All-Star 2025 winners. Stephen Curry. Curry didn't have a perfect performance. He earned the rare 8-second violation on a potential tournament-winning possession, but he hit some deep shots in front of his home crowd and scored a solid 20 points through Team O's 2 games. That was good enough to earn him his second All-Star MVP. His first came in 2022 after he dropped 50 points. It wasn't quite a vintage Steve performance, but it was good enough. McClung. The dunk contest has been the highlight of All-Star Saturday for years. It started off on shaky ground after disappointing efforts from Andrew Jackson Jr. and Mattis Bizelis. Then McClung came and immediately injected a shot of adrenaline into the crowd. McClung dominated from his first dunk and didn't let up. His 4 perfect 50s on the night were well-deserved. Stephen Castle gave a good effort, but McClung was the clear winner. McClung told Sporting News that this would be his last appearance in the contest, and he left on the highest note possible. He's the only player to ever win 3 in a row. He delivered in front of one of his biggest idols, Vince Carter, who was at the contest to commemorate his own win 25 years ago, Mr. Beast, and Jaron the Fan. Most of the acts that took place during the breaks in the game were clearly filler meant to stretch the action out to a few hours. One of them was a big hit, though. Mr. Beast offered a fan $100,000 if he could hit a logo 3 before Damian Lillard hit 3 of them. It came down to one shot near the buzzer, and Jaron, the fan, nailed it. That lucky fan got the loudest applause of the night, which is also a statement about how the rest of the game went. NBA All-Star 2025 losers. New All-Star format. It was a bit odd and confusing seeing players like Keyonte George and Trayce Jackson Davis appearing in an All-Star game. Draymond Green took particular offense to the format that allowed that to happen, rating it a 0 out of 10, and noting that those young newcomers had not yet earned their spot. The action in the new format also seemed choppy due to a ton of stoppages. There was a lot of Kevin Hart. Dividing the players up into international, OG, and young stars also was a flop. The rivalries weren't there, and there was something missing by not breaking players up into East and West. More. I hate it. Kevin Durant, LeBron James among NBA stars to question new All-Star Game format. Fans who came for LeBron James, Anthony Edwards. Sunday's game started out on a sour note after LeBron announced only a few hours before tip-off that he would not be participating in the game. That broke an incredible streak of 20 straight seasons starting the game. He cited foot and ankle discomfort, noting that he hoped to be available on Wednesday's first game back for the Lakers. Anthony Edwards also was a game-time scratch. He said that he's been dealing with a groin injury, keeping him out of the action. The timing of the injury news was disappointing. Due to how close it was to game time, the league wasn't able to name an injury substitute for either player. That may have cost Domantas Sabonis and Norman Powell spots in the game. Victor Wembanyama. Adam Silver has encouraged players to take All-Star Weekend more seriously. Victor Wembanyama took that a bit too literally. "I'm not here to make friends," Wembanyama said on Saturday morning. I know not everybody thinks like that, but what's for sure is I'm trying to. I have some questions for some of the greats, the Ogs, but I'm definitely not here to make friends. Wembanyama and Chris Paul took that competition level too far during the skills challenge. The pair tried to game the system by intentionally bricking their jump shots in order to speed up their time through the obstacle course. That clever strategy disqualified them from the event, much to the dismay of Wemby. They would have finished with the best time of the night had they not been pulled. Amazingly, it was Wembanyama rather than Paul who took credit for the idea. It looks like the veteran is rubbing off on his star pupil.